orgasmic enlightenment, where the sexual and spiritual come together. I'm Kim Anami, and I'm a holistic sex and relationship coach and a vaginal weightlifter. In this show, we explore all things intimate. I believe that our sexual energy is life force, creative energy, and we can use it to shape our worlds, strengthen our relationships, and self-actualize. I blend the most avant-garde information from neuroscience, ancient sexual practices like Tantra and Taoism, to renegade wellness modalities to show you how to create gourmet sex in your lives. Come one, come all. Is your vibrator cock-blocking your sex life? Are you into group sex? Are you having regular threesomes? Is your girlfriend involved in a secret relationship you just can't compete with? You may be a cuckold to your partner's vibrator. In Anami Land, the work and the play are in two parts. One, things we remove, and two, things we add. Things that we remove are crutches, artificial props, excuses, hiding, dishonesty, and half measures. Things we add are openness, vulnerability, fearlessly speaking our truth, uncovering and listening to the deep wisdom of the body and soul. For women, three of the primary dependencies they are constantly told and sold by sexually inexperienced and underfucked doctors and so-called sex experts to hold on to for dear life are lube, artificial exogenous hormones, and their trusty vibrators. Suggesting women relinquish their death grip on these crutches is akin to prying the ring out of Gollum's spastic, demented hands. Precious! The problem with vibrators. To be clear on this, there is a difference between a vibrator and a dildo. A dildo is used for penetration and may have vibration, but usually not. A vibrator is made to provide sustained, intense pulsing designed to deliver a clitoral orgasm, and fast. I say clitoral because most all vibrators are created for solely clitoral stimulation. As I mentioned, some dildos may vibrate, but for the sake of this conversation, we are speaking strictly about clitoral vibrators. The main issue with vibrators is that they desensitize the clitoris. Think about it. You have atomic pressure being applied to your clitoris, an intensity that no man's tongue or finger could ever match. So what happens? Your vibrator becomes your best buddy. A finger or tongue pale in comparison. They will not feel as pleasurable, and they will take much longer to bring you over the edge if they're even able to at all. It's a bit like what happens to people who consume a lot of porn. They need increasingly wild and over-the-edge experiences just to feel anything and to get to orgasm. If you don't believe me, test it out. Put down the vibrator for a month, if you can, and then when you pick it up again, see how intense and how much stronger it feels. However, I am going to suggest ditching it completely, forever and ever. We'll get to that in a moment. The second issue with vibrators is that they remove you from connecting with your partner and yourself. It is far more intimate to have your partner's hands or cock inside of you than to have a mechanical device buzzing between you. In fact, I would even say that using a vibrator during sex is actually avoiding intimacy. I don't use the term cuckold lightly. It is a distraction, a divergence, and a detour away from the two of you feeling into each other's energy and presence and finding the path that will lead you into coming together. The vibrator gets in the way of that. In fact, it prevents it from ever happening. So ditch it. If you're having sex and you need to reach for your vibrator to finish the job, then let me introduce you to a whole other universe you have likely never ventured into, your vagina. Most women are vaginally numb. They have no idea the pleasure, power, and psychedelic transformation that exists within their vaginas. This is largely due to sources I have mentioned before: sexually inexperienced and underfucked doctors, so-called sex experts, and I'm going to say it, lesbians. Yeah, those in the latter category appear to have a vested interest in arguing for non-penetrative sex. I wonder why that is. I can think of more than a few so-called lesbian sex experts and hetero ones who are all about the clitoris. They go so far as to say that there's no real reason to enter the vagina and that the clitoris is the be-all, end-all. Tell me you are chronically underfucked and have never had a vaginal orgasm without telling me. Anyways, back to the matter at hand and cock. So what you want to focus on instead is vaginal orgasms. This is where all the power and glory lay. You've likely heard me speak about how vaginal orgasms, G-spot, squirting, and cervical are life-changing and necessary medicine for all women. If your vagina feels numb and like a no man's land or a no woman's land, you can change that. You can bring a lifeless vagina back into its full majesty of wild sensitivity, transcendent orgasms, and as a vessel for alchemy and deep spiritual awakening. Yes, all this and more. The best tools you can use to de-numb a vagina and bring it back online are: number 1, yoni massage. You can massage your own yoni, and you ought to. Spend significant time in that thing and get to know every nook and cranny and fold of skin. Receiving extended yoni massages from your partner is also a fabulous way to revive sensitivity. It's also a beautifully intimate experience for you to connect and to build trust. The yoni can hold tension and trauma that prevent you from opening up into these deeper vaginal orgasms. Releasing it through loving self-touch and partnered massage is a huge gateway to opening into deeper pleasure. I have some great videos on YouTube on this. One is called Yoni Massage for Orgasms and Self-Healing, which is more solo focused. And then Yoni Shiatsu plus How to Give a Blissful Yoni Massage with 15 Steps and Techniques. These two videos are better suited for couples, but they also have great information for singles. The second thing you can do is use a jade egg. Using a jade yoni egg is a fantastic self-reconnaissance, and the exercises I teach are designed to gradually build up the strength of your vaginal muscles. This automatically increases your sensitivity and also helps you to own and inhabit your vagina. Numbness equals dissociation. You want to strengthen those muscles, yes, and also that connection so that your yoni becomes an actual voice and GPS in your life. We have women talk about this all the time, how once they've turned on and awakened their yonis, they give them direction in life. Check out the episode, I Make All My Decisions from My Vagina, which is Season 6, Episode 3. Our well-fucked all-star Amanda shares on how her yoni finds lost objects and parking spaces and multi-million-dollar business deals. The only time I ever recommend using a vibrator is if you have never had a clitoral orgasm before. In this case, using the extra turbo power of the vibrator may help to wake up sensation here. I would still recommend the other avenues I've suggested: in-depth yoni massage and the jade egg. And then once you have clitoral orgasms, toss the vibrator. You don't need it, and it will only hold you back. Even if you are single, it's still a much better long-term option to be intimately acquainted with your own anatomy via your own anatomy, as in your own fingers and hands. There's also something very primal about having your own juices and scent on you and on your partner. The vibrator removes that by inserting itself into the picture and between you. I'll briefly say here that I am all for the use of dildos, especially when you are single. If coupled, I would use them in the same way I've suggested using a vibrator. Our Anami Alchemia Couture dildos are especially designed for bringing on vaginal orgasms, G-spot, and cervical. The shape, the size are all perfectly created by me and rigorously tested by me and others for their ability to get you there as efficiently as possible, using these with the aim of reducing steps on that journey, or to pinch hit, meaning the man needs to take a breather at thrusting and brings in la dildo to take over for a while, is perfectly fine. The point is that in Anami Land, we want to help you build the most intimate, truthful relationship with yourself, your body, and your partner. You create an unspoken language with each other. You learn to communicate without words, with sensing and feeling and intuition. You find this when you strip away all of the barriers and interferences, physically, emotionally, and mentally, and you touch each other in the most raw, naked, and real of ways. For the ultimate on vaginal self-knowledge, check out my Vaginal Kung Fu Salon. And to deepen your intimate connection and truly come together, check out my Coming Together for Couples Salon. You can find information on both of these, plus free video preview series with exercises you can practice tonight at kimanami.com. Look for Sexual Savant Salons and you will see my full array of offerings in the sex school that everyone ought to have had. Thank you so much for listening. Subscribe to the podcast, leave a review, and send somebody else the gift of a multi-orgasmic and transformational love life by sharing this episode with them. If you'd like to go deeper into all things orgasms, sign up for my free Orgasmopedia series where you'll learn about 9 different types of orgasms everyone can have. Go to kimanami.com and you'll see the sign up there. Come one, come all.